So guys, you remember the other day Jared sent me this ZDP 189 Damascus Japanese style folder by Katsu. Well, I found out that they have a budget version of it, and I 100% blame Jared for that. I have purchased the $86 budget version, and I gotta tell you, it's really good. So let's take a quick look at this from above. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick look at this, but not by itself. This is, as I said in the intro, this is that Katsu folding knife by Katsu brand knives. This is ZDP 189 into Damascus. They have a plain ZDP 189 blade style, but they also have what I think is about the best $86 I've spent, which is a plain 154 cm and carbon fiber version. Now, I'm not going to talk about any specific knife because this is going to get its own review, and this is as well. But what I wanted to point out is a lot of people have, when I did the first video about this, they were like, oh, well, it's like a knockoff of the Higo 2 by Rockstead. And I would say it's similar, but it's not necessarily a knockoff. It is very, very similar. But what I've got to say is typically I'm not such a big fan of knives that come that close. But the fact is, the Higo 2 is a $1,500 knife, and this is an $86 knife. So we're not going to talk about this one per se. It was just out for video. So let me tell you what I've noticed the first couple days that I've carried this, because you guys were there on a live feed when I unboxed this, and I'm getting around to doing some videos. So this is a full carbon fiber scale liner lock Katsu folding knife that's done in a full convex, just like a Rockstead and just like the other Katsu. But this one's done in 154 cm. Now, I don't know I've reached out to the company to try and get some Rockwell hardness info and stuff like that. But what I've noticed is that this is a very, very good little knife. Now, you will notice it doesn't have a pocket clip. So it does have some limitations. The action on this is, I'm trying to do it. The action on this is great. As opposed to the Higo 2, I'll put a picture of the Rockstead Higo 2 up so you can see it's similar. I think this is actually a little bit bigger than the Higo 2. So you can see the picture there. It's really similar blade shape and things like that. But this is a top flipper, front flipper style that actually is really good. I've had a Higo 2 in, and I didn't use it. I didn't do much with it. But I did know that I did not like the thumb stud action on it, really. I like this a lot. So this has kind of got a tab on the top like you'd see in a Higo no Kami that gives you your action, and it just completely disappears. This one is a liner lock with carbon fiber scales, and I have to say the carbon fiber on this is gorgeous. Now, we'll get to the carry options because this does not have a pocket clip here in a minute. But just completely disappears. Just completely disappears. Superbly comfortable in hand because you don't have a pocket clip. You've got a lanyard hole here and then a liner. Now, the liner lock on this, the action feels very, very soft. So I thought maybe the detent would be bad on this, and I would have blade play and lock slip, and I've got nothing. This thing is rock solid. Super, super smooth. Almost drop shot on this. You can flip it or slow roll it across it. Now, we talked about all that stuff, but we've got to really talk about what this does so well. This does have a forward edge bevel. So it has a secondary bevel. It's not a full convex. I could address that if I wanted to and fully convex that in, but I really don't care so much because this is a lot like a Bark River knife where you put a secondary edge bevel at the very front. This screams through stuff. Screams through stuff really, really well. The edge that is on it is very good. I did resharpen it because I dropped this knife shortly after purchasing it. I had sweaty, wet hands and I dropped it. But this thing just screams through material like crazy. It's got a really good, well done grind on this. At $86, I was not expecting this. I kind of got this on a gaff thinking that I would have a knife that looked like this but didn't perform anywhere near as well. And you can see it's almost identical. It's just done in a different material. The convex on this is done very, very well. The material is obviously well heat treated. I don't know Rockwell on it. Like I said, there's very limited information on these. You can only pick this up on Amazon. That's the only place I found this one. I will have a link to it down below. But it is just amazing how good this is. And this is a knife that is very similar to a knife I would love to have, but I could never justify. The mirror polish that's on a Higo would never last me. I use this. As you can see, I've been using it. This is going to get some use. We're going to see some full-time carry use and review on this. But the thing that it's really got going for it is $86. Even this is like $300. Still a drop in a bucket compared to the 15. I think it's 15. Hang on. $1,580 for an actual Rockstead Higo 2. And I just really don't think that price is justified. I don't find them to be that much better than a lot of the other knives that are on the market, especially when you get something like this. There are some limitations on this, though, because it doesn't have a pocket clip. So there is a couple bad things I do have to say about it. As much as I love it, I think this is probably the best $86 I've spent in years. So after you guys hear from Coffee Brand Coffee, we'll talk about some negatives and some limitations. Guys, you guys know I love coffee. I even have my own personalized coffee mug. But did you know that a lot of the coffee companies out there take a lot of the money that you give them that they should be throwing back into the company to make a better product and turn it into activism dollars? Coffee Brand Coffee does not do that. They take no stance politically any direction. They take all the money that they make and try to make a better product. So if you want to support this channel and a company that I absolutely do like the fact that they don't lean either direction politically, check out Coffee Brand Coffee. There's a link down below that will save you 5% at checkout, or you can use the coupon code CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, Crazy Sharp, all one word. They also have cold brew coffee, teas, and cocos, freshly ground and roasted to order. So check them out, support them, and support this channel. So with this not having a pocket clip, it's not something you can just throw in a pair of shorts or something like that unless you're wanting to carry it like you would a slip joint knife. I do have a slip that I carry my my Exo gravity knife in that I've used, and it works really well. It sits in there. The thing is, this isn't like a gravity knife. You can actually just toss this in your pocket like a slip joint. The other thing it's got going for it in that factor is it does have a nice sheath if for a carry option, even though it doesn't have a pocket clip. You can carry the Scout Carry, and I do. I just slide my belt through here. I put the knife in like this, and then you just put the button, and it just sits above your pocket, and I just carry it on my hip. Scout Carry, just pop it out, you pull your knife out, and then you've got a knife. It is a very, very good little sheath carry option. There is one... Well, there's two other little things about this one that I think I need to let you guys know about before you up and start picking these up. Because while it's great, it does have a couple little issues with it. So one of them being the grind at the very heel here is a little off. That I'm sure will marry in over time over consecutive sharpenings and stuff like that. Or I may just put this on a Scotch-Brite and just knock a little bit more material out of that and get rid of that little weird spot at the very heel. Just kind of open that up a little bit. But like I said, very, very budget knife. And the other thing is the liners on this are a little thin and they cut some jimping in it. And that jimping is a little sharp. It can be a little sharp. It's not horribly sharp, but you can definitely feel it. I would have been okay without it being there completely. You can definitely feel it in your pinky finger, which is one of your softer fingers. It's going to be a little bit more sensitive. It doesn't bother me too bad, but I definitely think that I could have done without the jimping. The jimping here is good, actually. It's good functional jimping because, like I said, with those liners being thin, it's good there. But I didn't need it here. And then the last final little thing that I would say is if you are not wanting the carbon fiber, it's a little flashy. It can be a little slick. I have to admit that it's polished carbon fiber. When your hands are wet, it can be a little slippery. It's not horrible. There still is a little bit of the texture left. But if you're thinking about that, there is a G10 version of this as well. But yeah, all in all, this sits in a watch pocket, the fifth pocket, really nicely tipped down like this, and you just pull it up. I will say, if you put this tip down in your watch pocket, if you're a guy that's getting older and might have a little bit of a beer belly, that will pinch a little. But all in all, I am over the moon with how good this knife is. So we're going to see a full review of this and this, and we'll do some side-by-side comparisons about how much I think there's a difference between these two. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't get a Rockstead at this point, but I definitely could justify something that is very, very similar, almost identical in the edge grind, blade grind, and just in materials that I know that I don't have to worry about ruining a $1,500 knife and then feeling bad about it. So let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, and send you out about your day.
Guys, I cannot express to you how good this little knife is for $86. It does have some limitations. I do admit the lack of a pocket clip does give it some limitations, but no more so than any of the slip joints that I really, really love. And it is amazing. The edge on this 154cm has held up incredibly well through the couple of days of cutting and testing I've done. And it's just amazingly beautiful. It is a great knife. I cannot express to you how much I recommend picking one of these up. There'll be purchase links for this down below. You can get them on Amazon, $86, like I said. So yeah, guys, that's it on this one. We're going to do some more testing on this. You'll see it in some more videos. If you guys want to support the channel, thumbs up, thumbs down on the videos. Biggest thing you guys can do that's free. If you want to support the channel financially, Coffee Brand Coffee. I know I threw an ad in there, pretty sure of it. I also have got Tempered Trail channel sponsor. You can use my link down below for the Coffee Brand Coffee. You can use coupon code CrazySharp at Tempered Trail. You can also use it at Rosecraft Knives and Ferrum Forge Knife Works as a discount code. Tempered Trail is also a channel sponsor. Nathan over at Rat Bastard has started a new business. He's got a lot of stuff out there. He's adding new stuff to it all the time. So go and check out them. There's a link down below. Amazon store down below. You take it, pin it to your browser. You use it for any Amazon shopping you're going to do. It doesn't cost you anything. At checkout, it supports the channel, and you don't even have to put on clothes to do it. And I have a membership down below. It's all tier-based. All the tiers have access to early content, access to exclusive content, and baseline premium guys are automatically entered into giveaways I do there, and the premium guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series here on YouTube behind the paywall. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I'll see you in the next video.